Okay, so before I start this video, I just want to say that I adore Chiori as a character. Her personality and her design is amazing. That's the entire reason why I pulled for her myself. But that doesn't mean we can't criticize her kit. Because when it comes to that aspect of her, there's more to it than just being bad. Because in my opinion, Chiori's kit is a disaster. Arguably as much of a disaster, if not more, than Daya's. Okay, so hear me out. Chiori is the element of Geo, the objectively worst and most underused element in the game, not counting physical of course, something that is widely agreed upon within the Genshin Impact community, and there are two reasons for this. 1, the lack of unique reactions, and 2, the lower damage output. These points just also make it an overall more boring element to play with. Now there are exceptions to this, such as Zhongli and Yoon Jin, who are used more for their kit rather than their element. And Noelle, who is a lot better now thanks to Farina, who now enables her to be able to use the new Hunter-se? I'm still not sure how to pronounce that, please correct me if I'm wrong, which is one of the best artifact sets in the game currently. Outside of these two characters, Geo characters are preferred to be played in mono Geo teams. So why is Chiori's kit a disaster? It's because she falls under the mono Geo playstyle. Unless you get her C1, but we'll get to that later. For such a long time, Geo was a stagnant element. Why use it when literally anything else is better, and more fun? But then, after over 2 years of waiting, we finally got a new Geo character being Navia. And Navia was a huge change of pace for Geo. Instead of falling into the mono Geo trend, Navia actually prefers being played with other elements. She turns crystallized shards into ammo, which increases her damage. So you're encouraged to play teams of Navia that can produce a lot of shards for her. Now this change was huge. Alongside Navia being an overall very strong DPS unit, she was fun and unique. Navia was a nice change of pace and a big win for Geo in general. It seemed like because of Navia, Geo was heading in the right direction. Geo was breaking outside of its bubble of being just mono Geo. Maybe we would get another Geo character who could change crystallize itself and give it more versatility. And then along came Chiori. And this is where the crux of this video stems from, the fact that Chiori is a disaster due to her regression back to mono Geo hell. So why is this a thing? It's because Chiori is basically just a Geo turret but with extra steps. The fact that she needs to be played with characters that create Geo constructs in order to maximize her off-field damage is just straight up bad. That absolutely kills her versatility. They even advertised her being played with Navia, who doesn't synergize well with her at all. Now this issue was somewhat solved with C1, but let's be honest, it really shouldn't be. Her C1 is a huge bait, which I really dislike. Hoyoverse has definitely been making Fontaine characters' first constellation feel borderline necessary for the character to function. Wriothesley and Nouvelle are great examples for this. Farina's C1 is pretty good too, but not necessary, so she's okay. But Chiori's C1 directly impacts her versatility. Either get her C1 or bye bye, have fun in mono Geo hell, a team you'll play for 5 minutes and then get bored of. Like sure, Daya's kit is bad, but at least Daya's kit is unique to her and somewhat of a niche. But Chiori's kit adds literally nothing, it doesn't improve upon Geo as an element. Especially after we've had characters like Navia and Chevrus who have been amazing additions to the game. I was so excited for upcoming Geo characters after Navia was released. Maybe they'd release a character that was finally going to buff Geo or make Crystallize more interesting. Kinda like how Chevrus did with Overload. But instead we got stuck with a slightly better albedo for mono Geo teams. A turret with extra steps and a C1 bait. It sucks because I really like Chiori as a character, so it's just sad that they gave her such a lazy kit. Also, what's the deal with her burst? Sure, it looks fancy, but it does nothing but mediocre damage. Why couldn't they make it a field that buffs the party? Maybe an attack boost or something, is that really so hard to ask for, Hoyo? Come on. It would make her a cool off-field support and turret unit. I'm pretty sure that wouldn't be overpowered too, especially since she's Geo. Anyway guys, I'm sorry if this video came off as a bit of a rant, but it comes from a place of constructive criticism. I love Genshin Impact, it's one of my favorite games, but the best way to improve something is to critique it. I think that's a mentality that more people need to have towards the game. What do you guys think of Chiori? Do you agree with any of the points I made about her? Please let me know down in the comments below. I am really eager to engage in the conversation you guys are having. Please do remember to hit that like button on your way out and hit that subscribe button too if you haven't already for more future content like this. And I'll see you guys all in the next one.
We will not forget the red sun over